Going on, man?
Good afternoon.
Good
I can actually
afternoon,
say
man.
that.
Actually, yeah, you're right. It is it's a beautiful day. It's hot as hell. Not even an AI could save us from this heat that we are living in right now. But
Yeah.
it's a great day. We got some cool stuff to talk about. I want to start off with a couple things though, we use Riverside for this podcast. And something cool that happened with Riverside is that they have pretty much built this application with the use of AI.
hmm
There's a lot of really cool things that are in this right now. Um, as far as AI goes, they have right now we have the captions, we have brand things like what you have in our background and stuff like that. But soon they're gonna have features where, let's say we're talking about a piece of art and we say like, oh, we say a cup instead of a pot.
hmm
We could go into the editing software that we're going to have here on Riverside, and you'll be able to change the word,
And then it just
and it
adjusts
will
your
it
vocal.
will adjust your vocal
Okay.
to the word, which is
Cool.
super interesting. It's very interesting. I thought that was pretty cool. They're also going to be adding a bunch of cool stuff with AI, like help with editing.
That's a
The AI
big
is going to
one.
be, yeah, there's going to be an in-app editor, which I'm very excited about to use.
hmm
Right now I use Audacity, I use Riverside for
Oh
most of the
yeah.
recording, but it's not perfect, but we're getting there. We're
It's
getting
a lot
there.
better than what it used to be, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. We also got another thing here. Where is it? Here we go. AI blood test could detect Parkinson's disease up to 7 years before symptoms.
I did hear some.
Uh, yeah, so this is coming from Fox News. It says a new blood test could reveal Parkinson's diagnosis up to 7 years before symptoms emerge. And the researchers from University College London and University Medical Center Göttingen in Germany used artificial intelligence to develop the test. The study, which was published in the journal Nature Communications, included 72 patients with rapid eye movement behavior disorder, a condition that has been linked to a higher risk of Alzheimer's. So
This is when they're not sleeping, right? Or when they
yes,
are sleeping. Okay.
when
Okay.
they're awake. It
Weird.
also says when the researchers used machine learning to analyze blood samples from the patients, they discovered that 79% of them had the same biomarkers as people with Parkinson's. And over a 10-year follow up period, the researchers confirmed that 16 of the patients went on to develop Parkinson's, a movement disorder that affects nearly 1 million people in the US. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, they're as far as detecting. I don't. It's just for this particular like Parkinson's, right? This typical art or this article. I mean,
Yes.
okay.
This is from Fox News.
I would imagine it can go into other things too. Then as far as the medical field goes, it could definitely help out with streamlining data to where people are waiting way too long to get in to see their doctors or to get a what do you want to call it a surgery done. Basically, it's called something else nowadays, but they have a cleaner word for it. Uh, but yeah, stuff like that, where I think a lot of red tape gets involved with people that are needing attention right away. Uh, I think of one person in particular when they knew they were supposed to get a surgery or treatment 6 months before they even got it because they were going through red tape with the doctors. Like, the doctors kept saying, no, 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 that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. And then finally at the end, they're like, yeah, we do have to refer you actually to that specialty doctor over there, which is what the patient was trying to do 6 months prior. So it does become a pain
Yeah,
in the butt for sure.
absolutely. Yeah, so I hope to see more progress with this,
hmm
way more progress. But today, we got some cool stuff to talk about. I want to show you something today called Meshy. Okay, we're going to show you a thing called Meshy real quick. See, I'm just waiting for the window to open. Okay. So what this program does, it turns your models into 3D. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a image from my Mid Journey. I have kind of like a Roblox Fortnite looking character somewhere in here. So I'm going to go grab it real quick. Here we go.
I have my
So what's
suspicions
actually
of what this can do. So
yeah, so what's actually funny, this is actually a rendering of my oldest son.
Mhm.
You know, and all right, we got the name right here. So we're gonna generate this. And I mean it takes some time. I'm not gonna lie
You're
to
not
you
gonna
here in
lie.
sugar. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you here in
You can
sugarcoat it.
go
It
cook a
does
meal while you're
take
waiting.
yeah, it does take some time, but it's
Well,
really,
that's
really cool. So so we'll look through some of these examples real quick. So I mean, look at that. So so this was sent to us by a friend of ours named the Daily Bread. And so the conversation that we had about this was game developers, right? You know how they can utilize like using their art, putting it into this program, turning it into 3D, and then able to upload it as models in your games. You know, this and you know it has different texture styles. You know, this is really cool, man.
yeah. It reminds me of the potential with the creation clubs they have now with the Fallout series and stuff like that.
Oh well,
I'm sure
yeah, the
I'm sure it's
creation
not just Fallout that does that,
yeah,
but
Creation Club has been around for a while too for Bethesda.
okay.
But it's nice to see what they're doing. But like, yeah, you can probably get these models, upload them into the Bethesda Creation uploader, like you said, and have creators do something really cool that may not be in the game, right?
Yeah. The other thing I thought of too was you could if you have a 3D printer laying around, you could make some of this stuff in actual physical form.
This one's supposed to be Frida.
Yeah. Oh, Frida.
I mean, it's incredible what it can do.
Huh.
It's really cool. Let me see if mine has finished yet.
I wonder. See, I've messed. I say mess lightly. I've dabbled very little back in the day with 3D apps and stuff like that, and I kind of
Yeah,
get frustrated with them. So I'm hoping this one is, with its modern appeal to it, has solved some of that stuff that I used to get frustrated with. Like a lot of it has to do with there's so many options on it that I need like a walkthrough,
yeah.
but not not in the instructional way that would probably be done through that company, I guess, or something like that. I need to read up or have someone go with through it with me because I'm like that.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. This yeah, let's get back to it right
It's
here.
getting
So yeah,
there.
it's about to
It
be
don't
it's
take
a
too long.
92% right here.
Say like five
And
minutes.
yeah, I mean, give or take. It's really I think it's a very great tool. It is a very great tool. And you know, one thing that we should probably mention too that we are not affiliated with any of these AI companies. We're just enthusiasts, you know. So we just
We try them out for you
yeah, so
and
what's
ourselves.
the saying? So you don't have to?
Yeah, or if you want to. Like
Well, yeah. So
I
yeah, this
think
is
we
still
sell things
generating.
equally on this show, whether we like it or not. We don't try to go too biased. Maybe
Yeah,
on
and
video
again,
games.
like we'll go through the top ones. And we're going through the top creations here. Like, look at that.
Wow,
That actually looks really good.
buildable, definitely. It
It's
looks like something I'd buy on Amazon.
a Converse shoe. Someone's putting that
Nice.
in the game.
Yeah.
You know, and also like because I play like a lot of RP, GTA RP. and Red Dead RP, this would be a good thing to get like some base models for clothes and stuff like that to add them in.
Not just clothes for games, I was thinking, but actual clothes to make too.
Yeah, look at
Some
this
of
one.
it.
This one's actually kind of funny. Someone,
Yeah, for your Comic-Con stuff, just like this,
yeah,
like
I
to
mean,
make
you can even
helmets.
use this. You can even use this stuff for your 3D printers too.
Yeah.
Here it is. So here, yep, there you go.
Wow.
I don't know. Okay, so it's like a backwards cap.
Beanie.
That is incredible. So this, I mean, look how cool that is.
That's pretty good.
That's really good stuff. So
now he
why does
just
it
needs
say
his own 30-minute cartoon.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out. So what happens? So the one thing I don't know is what happens after this. So I'm assuming this has to be rendered somehow.
And if you want to put it in an animation or you just want to animate
Yeah.
it, not the surroundings. There is
Yep.
surroundings. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this program? It's called Meshy, and
Well, it looks simplified from what I can remember. I don't know if it was Photoshop, but I get to a point where I am friendly enough to work with. Maybe it's more audio apps because video apps maybe that's my kryptonite. I have more frustrations with video apps than I do audio ones. That could be a bias thing. But this one looks good. I mean, this one's a lot simpler than what I've seen in the past.
Yeah, I mean, this I do like the, I guess, the possibilities. You know, the future of this, especially like with all, I mean, 3D printing, you could do so much with this. The next one I'm going to show you is Vivago. So Vivago is actually super interesting because you could make very like short videos. I'm going to put this up right now. All right, sweet. Come up with a prompt for me.
Winged bat flies through the night looking for me, ready.
So you could have that, right? So then you also have this thing called the magic prompt. So the magic prompt will kind of expand your prompt that you already have written, and then you generate. And this one actually we'll see what happens. So what's cool about this? You have a 4K enhance, which I'll try in a second. You can also change your aspect ratio and then do the motion strength, which is kind of cool. So I've gotten to use this just very shortly before we started this recording, and I was actually kind of thrilled with it. Yeah, so this one will generate for a while, but let's take a look at some of the videos that we have here. It's really cool. You know, got this, and I think what I like about this is that so the prompt here says floating white pieces of material. So whatever these floating white pieces are, it kind of works. And look, what I like about this too is that you can see the reflections on the helmet as well. I think that's pretty cool detail.
Yeah.
I'll go on and check out a few more. A close-up shot of a dragon's eye in 8K resolution, capturing the moment it opens with its layers of protective eyelids peeling back, revealing a glowy, firing eye beneath. The dragon scales are intricately detailed with dark, earthy tones and a hint of iridescent shimmer. Look at that. That's pretty cool. This one kind of made me laugh here. Masked superhero in yellow and green and blue colors in the Old West.
Old West. Okay.
Kind of works. I'd
It
like to
looks
see
more
a
Watchmen to me.
It's like with the blue and yellow is a theme too, isn't it?
Yeah.
A majestic waterfall cascades down a rugged cliffside, its frothy spray soaking the surrounding moss-trapped rocks. Sunlight dances the water's surface, creating a shimmering spectacle. The scene exudes tranquility with a lush forest framing the powerful natural wonder. That was pretty cool.
I wonder with something like that, if you
Yeah.
had like if you would to write in an exact location, say like around Colorado River in the mountains, kind of a thing, and see if it could do that.
Mm, we could do that next too. This one looks pretty cool too. But you know what's interesting about this one is that when you're looking at it down here,
Uh huh.
it looks better, right? Like
Right.
it looks real. But then you look
Crisper.
at it here, and then you could see like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't all that great. This is pretty cool. An angry, savage man walking forward. Interesting,
Hmm.
interesting. So, all right, so this one is still
So that one's a
generating.
little more catered like Midjourney was. It's more
I
descriptive prompt.
I believe it's just starting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how old Vivago is. I actually just found this today and I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
Hmm.
And again,
So
the
that's probably
possibilities.
why I'd be more user friendly with this one because I'm kind of used to that more than I am the editing side of videos and stuff.
You know,
I told you I did some for my friend last week, and that was
yeah.
a nightmare trying to remember how to do that stuff again. So I definitely need to go back to school on it
Yeah,
for
what about
sure.
this one? This one looks really nice.
The Magic Kingdom.
Looks like the Disney one, but it says a majestic Hayao Miyazaki inspired castle.
Mm-hmm.
This one from far looks really nice too, but when you get up close, you can see the graininess of the AI and all that stuff. A half naked man,
Oh boy, that is a boy.
a cat, a cat. It looks like a cat. Oh, it's a brown cat taking a selfie, dressed in a swimsuit and sunglasses, having a drink. Majestic elf woman, elf ears, cascading blonde hair, tall and slender figure, modern and elegant silver armor that adds your stature and exudes confidence. And the armor looks great, but again, when you get close to it, you can see all the waves of the lines. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is actually not that bad. It's a very proper AI.
You've got to remind yourself too that nowadays we're all spoiled because we look at this stuff, but like back in early 2000s and we would have seen this stuff, this would have been like, oh my god, they can't do any better than this. And then here we are, 2024 getting this stuff out.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, here we go.
We're just spoiled. This is really great stuff. It's just after a while we see so much of it we get used to it. Yeah, that detail in the
Yeah, this is
wings
the
right
one
there,
that you
that's
made. Majestic luminescent
yeah,
wingspan soaring through a star-filled night sky.
that's cool.
I kind of want to see like geometric white lines on the foreground of a video background of a beautiful landscape in Colorado. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some really, I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's fun. That's really all I could say about that, and I'm super excited to really try out more. I mean, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for Sora to come out.
Yeah, I have that actually saved up on my menu here, and I've not heard much. So whenever
Yeah,
it
no,
comes
I mean,
out,
it's been kind of the same thing. I mean, well, we'll talk while we'll let this do its thing. One of the things that's super interesting is that now, like AI is integrating the Chat GPT into their
yeah,
Siri, and I think that's a very interesting conversation as well to talk about because Siri's good. Siri's really good. You know, we're both Apple users. You know, we use it religiously, but it's not perfect. Now, if you saw in the last episode, we interviewed the Chat GPT, the AI in the Chat GPT, and you can tell that it has a lot more, it has a better response time and better natural ability to speak than Siri does.
I thought it was
So,
a good bullshitter too because ran out of minutes just when we were starting to get really
yeah, I know.
in deep. But anyways,
Fucking
you
guy.
know,
Chad's not really the best. He
Chad
wasn't.
just
He
likes money, and we didn't have any more to give him, so
Chad
we had to wait.
Chad Chad was not the best guess, but they are one of the best AI companies. They are just they're just doing like all the smart things. I mean, they're trying, right? And I think that's
Yeah,
the one thing that, because again, there's so much negativity around it. They don't realize like, hey, there is good things about this. Look at the article that we just read about,
the
discovering
medical stuff.
the
Yeah,
disease symptoms for diseases years in time, years before it happens. I'd like to know if I'm gonna have Parkinson's in 7 years.
just look at your
I'd
genetic code and be yeah. Here we go. They
but
could
now
probably
what does
even
that
get to a point where they could give you a deadline.
but what does that say about cancer? What does that say about, I mean, sexually transmitted diseases that, that kind of just happens. You can't predict that. But
True.
you could definitely, see if there's signs of cancer, signs of
Right.
dementia,
Genetic disabilities
genetic
in your family.
disabilities and things like that. There's
Common
there's
things.
room. There's room for this type of machine learning here. There really is. There really is. I don't care what anybody says. Fight me. Fight me. Yeah, so this video is just about done generating.
That didn't take that long. That first one might have, but I think that was a different app altogether. That was the first one.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think also because like I know that there are other AI video generators that we haven't touched yet. And maybe we could go into that next week or something like that.
Okay.
But there's some interesting stuff out there, and the generation is kind of taking long. But I'm actually going to download the Eagle video because I want to use that for a 4K enhance. Or actually, if you want me to choose an image to turn into a video, I could do that too. What would you prefer?
I don't really have a preference. I'll let you use your judgment on that one.
I got a drippy paint video here, a drippy paint photo I could add on here. My ear. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Image to video. Upload the image.
So let me ask you. Let's ask a metaphysical or not even a metaphysical question. Am I just lazy, or is there not enough apps out there right now to where I could create a 25-minute animation?
A 25-minute animation.
Yeah, like a.
You think it could hold it?
Do you think there's an app, the apps out there now could do that, or am I just being lazy by not looking?
I don't think they're easy to find though. That's the thing,
Yeah, there's not like you don't go to Google and type it in and it doesn't give you like a laundry list of all these things. They give you suggestions that are like not necessarily, well, they're not real, right? They're because you get suggestions first and then you get actual websites that have these apps and stuff like that. And it just seems like they're not
doing what they're
itemized right.
supposed.
Yeah.
So I have here now. Look at that.
Wow. That's quite the
So yeah, this is the one I said. A pristine white geometric pattern dominates the foreground of a vibrant Colorado landscape. Video background blending modern minimalism with natural beauty.
Oh, almost looks like the edge of the building down here, where the V is, like the edge of where they've cemented it, and then the bottom it's got a nice cliff and water going on. That's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of like how or like Christopher Nolan like intro sequences, right? So that's kind of like
Inception-y.
Yeah, Inception-y is the right word for it, right?
Or I have T-shirts that are kind of like that, like not fractal designs, but lack of a better word, designs.
Yeah,
like geometric designs. Yeah. Ooh, what you got here? I saw something I think I might have liked.
All right. So this is the photo that I uploaded. This is the dripping paint one. This one came out exactly how I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So imagine,
if God didn't want AI in the world, he wouldn't have put AI in the world. Right. I'm just saying. I mean, look at this. This is pretty fucking cool.
I'm
You know,
assuming this is
because
like a thumbnail of it too.
yeah,
So when you
because like
get one sent to you later on, it will be 4K.
yeah, because let's be real for a second. You know, you're gonna have podcasters like us who don't have the resources or sometimes the money to have people that could do things like this. Clean Sanchez Media has an artist, you know, but myself and neither do him know how to do like visual arts like this. So sometimes we do have to outsource like this every now and then. This came out so beautiful. Oh, I guess I did it twice by accident. But yeah, you know, that's some interesting stuff right
Potential.
there. Yeah, so I mean,
Potential.
any thoughts on these programs, Vivago and Meshy?
Well, I've seen there's a lot of videos or shorts, I'll say shorts, on Instagram and YouTube of like these pictures that you're showing and then they're animating them to do that. And that's something I've been wanting to do. It's just I really haven't had the spare time or
Yeah,
the apps. Now that I know this app can do that, I can maybe mess around with it.
yeah, and there is some fun. I mean, there's so many fun stuff that you could do with this now, right? It's nonstop. The art game this is a positive way for artists to use AI.
Yeah.
You know, help. You know, let
As
them
much as
learn
I've
how
seen
to.
on the YouTube, I've not seen anyone going gross on this stuff. It's like it looks cool. Like no one's taking
It
it
help
in the wrong hands.
it helps young indie developers. It helps new developers and all that stuff. Like
You
it's great.
Minecrafters that like to build stuff, definitely.
Exactly. Yep. So you guys know the deal. This is we're here at the end, but we want to thank you very much for coming into the show every single other week, bi-weekly, whenever that may be. We see that you guys are watching. We want you guys to know that we do have merch at www.cleansanchezmedia.com. It's right there in the bottom. You'll be able to see it. Go check out the Artificial Minds shirt, the sweater, the hat. We're gonna
Please.
have postcards there soon. There's some really cool stuff there. And guys, play with AI. Play with it. You know, don't be afraid of it. It's not here to hurt you. It's not here to kill you. You're in control of it
I
right
think
now.
that
You
should be our
still
motto from now on. Play with AI. I like that.
play with AI. You know,
Play with that.
what's wrong with rolling the dice with artificial intelligence?
It's gonna be your buddy down the
they're
road.
gonna
It's
they're
gonna
gonna
happen.
take us. They're gonna take over.
Good. Let
Like
them take over. Let them cook. Yeah.
like
Oh, they're gonna take over my laundry. Oh, cool. Okay. Like the stuff they're gonna take over. You're not specifying what they're gonna take over. It could be good or bad, but you're not
a
saying because
butler. Come on
yes,
now.
come on. Jeeves?
Oh, dude,
Chad?
my butler robot's definitely going to be called Alfred.
Alfred.
It's definitely going to be Alfred or some type of weird name with the word penny in it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll
You
have
know,
to come up with a good one. I'm imagining like I'll get a really old name like Clementine or something like that.
shit.
Henrietta. She'd be a southern robot.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm really thinking. I'll be up, guys. Thank you so much for coming by to another episode number 56. We will see you guys later.